Alright, so this is my review of the Traxxas Slash. This is going to be the brushed edition. So, out of the box, it comes with 2.4 gigahertz radio. Comes with a Traxxas power cell, 8.4 volt, 3000 milliamp nickel metal hydride battery. A bunch of parts, extra gears, some tools you need to work on it, and, pretty much everything that you need, it gives you. And it comes put together and everything, and then Traxxas gives you a lot of extra stuff to make any necessary adjustments you might want to, which is really cool. Extra spur gear, pinion gear, stuff like that. It does not come with a wheelie bar. Here's the bumper. Took the bumper off, put the wheelie bar on. That's one thing. You can't have the bumper and the wheelie bar on. That's kind of a disappointment. So here it is. Front view. Notice I have these wires on, electrical tape and wires. The body clips are what hold your body on, so you stick them through a little hole there. What happens is, I don't do a lot of racing, I do a lot of bashing. So when I do flip over, which the body, you can kind of tell I flip over, these often pull out. So I kept losing them, so now I've got this, so if they do come out, I'm not going to lose them. I'm still going to have them. Body off. Alright, now, first thing, if you've looked at any other reviews of the Slash, you've gone to Traxxas website, looked at the brushed Slash, you will see that this does not look anything like it. Well, it does, but these two don't look anything like it. I have the brushed Slash. I have 35 the box over here. I'm not going to get the box out. I then went and bought, I burnt my motor out, so I bought brushless. Anyways, this is the brushed review. Out of the box, you're going to have a ton of fun. It comes with a battery charger. Wall charger, charges the battery in about 8 hours. Yay! Boo. That's not a very good charger. So I went out and when I first bought it, I bought an extra battery and a Traxxas Peak charger, Easy Peak. And that works really well. Charges the battery in about 30 minutes. Can do AC or DC, so you can plug the cord in here, plug this into your battery, or you can plug it onto a car battery or any other battery. It works really well. I like that. I keep getting off track. This is actually the third time I've recorded this review. First time I wound up doing like a 35-minute long review. Second time I got interrupted like 6 times. So hopefully this time I'll actually get it. I need to get back on track. So the brush Slash is very durable. I mean, I dropped it from like 10 feet up accidentally and straight like that. Didn't do a thing. It hit the bumper, bounced back, absorbed the shock. It's amazing. You can do anything. I think the only time I broke something with my brush Slash, and I had it for like 5 months with brushed, was when I let my friend drive it, and he went full speed down a hill and smacked just this one wheel, just this one, completely missed everything else, into a car tire. And of course, A-arms, you'd think those would break. Didn't break. Shock went up this linkage right here into what I call the horseshoe piece. It's your shock tower, and it snapped the shock tower. Went to the hobby, and it also, I don't know how it did this, but it slightly bent my rear rod inside my shock absorber. So I went and bought that. I bought the RPM version of this horseshoe. RPM's amazing. Pretty much, you break apart, you send it to them, and they give you a free replacement. But I have these. I still haven't replaced these. The guy at the hobby shop bent it back for me, and I can't figure out how to replace these. It's got these C-clips and everything. If you know how to do that, leave a comment. Tell me how to do it. So, it's insanely durable. It is all waterproof, which is really nice. So you can go, even when it's raining outside, you can just drive it through. Electronics are completely waterproof. However, everything that's metal, no matter what you do, it will rust. So you definitely want to have some WD-40, something like that. You can spray on it and get all that water off. So, yeah. The Slash does not wheelie on its own. If you start it out like this, and then you gun the throttle, it will pull a wheelie. Unfortunately, with this bumper, the way the body sits, the body hangs lower down than the bumper. So when you do a wheelie, you just scrape the back of the bumper, and eventually you rip the body itself, and you don't do any damage to the bumper unless you back into something. So the wheelie bar, if you plan on doing wheelies or something, it's kind of a must. So yeah, that's wow, I did that really quickly. Let's see. So what else? The wheels and tires are not great for grass. It's only two-wheel drive. So if you get in the grass and the grass is taller than 3 inches, the wheels are... So here's one thing. I'm going to do this real quick. I keep going off on tangents. This is why my reviews are so long. If you've looked on the website, Traxxas says their wheels and tires are 2.2 inches. And that's at the very front here. 2.2 inches. I like that. However, when you add the tire to it, the overall tire height of this thing is like 4 inches, a little bit, just over 4 inches tall. Ground clearance is really, Traxxas measures it right here, which doesn't make any sense because really, sure you get your full 4 inches there, but your skid plate's really what limits you, and then you get 2 inches. In the rear, 2.5. Also, so going in grass, you can't really, it doesn't do that well in grass. It's only two-wheel drive, and the wheels they're big, but because they, it just doesn't do so well in the grass. I don't know why. That's odd. I need to switch that. Also, you'll wind up getting a ton of wear on your rear tires. Absolutely no wear on the front tires. So you have to rotate your tires every now and then. Yeah, so I was about to do, the shock absorbers. So I had seen people saying shock absorbers are horrible, go get big bores. Well, the funny thing with the big bores is these are bigger than the big bores. Doesn't make any sense, but it is. These springs on here are really, really bad. I've seen other people talking about them, Ultimate RC, stuff like that. And everyone says that they're really bad. I'd never really thought of them as being bad, but the truck rolls over a ton because it does have a high center of gravity compared to most of its other trucks in the series. And what happens is these shock absorbers are coil shocks, and they're oil-filled coilovers. So what happens is the shock, if you can see it, actually, let me take this wheel off for you real quick. So, the wheel, the way the shock works is it's got these really wide gaps here, but these really narrow gaps up here. So, it's a two-stage spring. The first stage is these small ones, and they're really easy to compress. And then when you get to the bigger parts, it's harder to compress. So, you can feel it. No pressure, a whole lot of pressure. What that means is, it gives it that nice ride height looking type thing, but when you go into a turn, it goes in easily, starts slowing over, and then suddenly it can't go in because it doesn't have enough downforce to push it in. So it then hits this harder compression spring, says, I can't go any farther, flip over. That's what happens every time. You turn at any decent speed, boom, you've rolled over. I don't even remember how many times I've attempted a turn and then realized, oh wait, I can't, and just slam the brake and then turn again. The tires have a lot of mass to them, so if you go off a jump, you're probably going to go like this, and if you hit the brake at all, you're going to land like that. And because you don't have front wheel drive, you're not going to be able to power out of it, which is what four wheel drive would let you do. Four wheel drive can power out, but two wheel drive you can't. For the price, I'd say, because this is waterproof, because it's, so durable, that's what I love about it, it's so durable, I would say it is probably worth the price. I mean, maybe, I don't know, I think I got mine for $230. I'd say maybe $210, maybe $200, might be, I'd pay anything less than that, but I think they put it at a good price. It might be worth a little bit more, but for the consumer, I think it's a good price for the 7 vehicle. I haven't seen the 4-wheel drive Slash, so if you're trying to figure out what you want to do, if you want to get the 2-wheel drive brushless or four-wheel drive. I don't know. I kind of like four-wheel drive because it's four-wheel drive, not two-wheel drive. Something about getting the E-Max at some point. Maybe used off eBay, I don't know. I don't really want to give up my Slash, but I don't know. The Slash, I'm 14. I've never driven a Cadillac. But what I hear is this is like a boat, kind of like a Cadillac. I think that's right. It does drive like a boat. It doesn't have a lot of articulation because of the springs, and when it turns, you have to be really careful. If you put nice slippery tires on here and you get them a little bit wet, or even if they're not slippery, if you get them wet on the road, go full speed and release the throttle, turn, you spin out. It's kind of fun. Although what I will say with that, especially with the brushless motor, brushed a little bit, not as much so. Inside your gearbox, you have these gears, right? These are your, what are these? I always get this backwards. I think this is your spur. Hold on. Yeah, I was right. This is your spur. So what happens is you've got a spur gear here, and you've got a pinion gear, which is a tiny metal gear attached to the motor shaft back here. And when you go and you stop, the motor stops, and this gear stops. And if you take the motor full speed forwards, stop and immediately go backwards again, you're going to take the gear from going really, really fast this way to really, really fast this way. And what happens is you shave off some of these gear bits, or the teeth on the gear, especially if it meshed properly. And so what I did was I did that a couple of times, and then eventually you hear the motor screaming, and you hear the gear turning, and the car kind of, if you pick it up, the wheels will spin slowly. If you leave it on the ground, you just hear. You look in here, and you have plastic shred bits everywhere. Because what it's doing is it's just grinding all the teeth off the gear at that point. So I've gone through 2 spur gears like that. I had to go out and buy a third because it only comes with 2. So definitely something, if you're going to do that, watch out for that. Don't be stupid like me. So yeah, I think that's probably about it for my Slash. It's a really good truck. I would say definitely, if you're thinking about getting it, go get it. You're not going to regret it. Compared to the Rustler, I haven't really figured out what the difference between the Rustler and this is. The Rustler looks different, but I think they're about the same. The thing I will say, if you're looking at, I call it the two-wheel drive series, Stampede, the Monster Jam Stampedes. Monster Jam trucks are Stampedes. They just have different colored parts. If you're looking at the Stampede, the Rustler, the Bandit, or the Slash, if you want to do a little bit of everything, definitely go with the Slash, by far. One reason for that is the Slash brushed edition even comes with this. Stampede brush, nope. You got your 2.4 gigahertz, or you don't have 2.4. You got that channel frequency thing. Grab my low remote. Where you have the incredibly long antenna. You have to deal with these channels. You can only run 6 at a time. Stuff like that. And that's with the Stampede brushed, Bandit brushed, and Rustler brushed. The Slash brushed, you do get this, which is a really big benefit. Also, if you live near a track or anything, they run specific classes designed for the Slash. The Slash fits into those. The Rustler, not so much. Stampede, not so much, and the Bandit, not so much. But they do run for the Slash and everything. Slash is just an all-around great truck, very durable, all that stuff. If you're looking to bash more, I still say the Slash. The Stampede looks good, but I think it's going to flip over even more than the Slash, even though that seems like it's not possible, it is. If you want four-wheel drive, I don't know, depends on your speed. Either the Stampede 4x4 or the E-Max, probably, if you're looking at Traxxas. I really like Traxxas because it is waterproof. That's one of the big pluses to me. I can go run pretty much anytime, anywhere. Put headlights on the thing, run in the dark, doesn't matter. Yeah, I've got a cold, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I think that's it for my review of the Slash. I have a brushless review as well coming up. Alright, thank you.